Unpopular truth. The current state of your life and who you are today, from the car you drive to your job, your living arrangements, your financial, social, mental, and physical status, to your friends, they're what they are due to your own decisions and your own responses to what has happened in your life. There's a quote by Charles Swindoll that goes, "Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to what happens." Well, if we take that logic and relate it to writing a book, your life would be the story. And in this story, I would challenge that every major event that has taken place in your life, every obstacle, every setback, they've all been mere titles to the chapters of your story. They're the 10%. The content, your reaction, your response to those events, and the ending, that's for you to write. That's the 90%. So today is the first day of the rest of your life. And today we focus on accountability. Become indestructible and get back in the driver's seat of your life by taking extreme ownership and responsibility for things as they are, so that you may begin narrating and writing a new ending. Taking accountability means realizing how your actions and words determine the outcome of most circumstances. So since we identified that what happens to us is, which are only titles, for example, the absent father, abusive parent or partners, laid off, incarcerated, went to prison, poor background, broken family, those are all titles. They're not your story. Now, how you respond to those things, that's the 90%. That's your story. There's probably 1 million people with the same chapter titles as you, and over 1 million different stories being written from those events. But only maybe 1% might find success and come out on top. For some, that event, obstacle, or failure, which is supposed to be the title, might be the end-all be-all. Those are the people who make the title their story. For example, let's just say Joe was incarcerated, and he believes that since this is on his record, he won't ever achieve success, so he gives up on himself. That's how Joe ends his story. Or Joe was incarcerated and he felt that he won't ever qualify for a good paying job. So his response was that he'll just resort to street pharmacy and spend a life of crime and stay in and out of jail for the remainder of his days. That's his story. That's how his ends. But then there's Joe, who he decides he wants to live by his born name, his birth name, which is Joseph, and he gets incarcerated, and he decides he wants to get his life back on track. So he goes and he reads books while he's in, and he works out. He talks to the older guys that's in the pen with him, and he comes out. He finds some success in stocks, generating stocks, and starts these companies and becomes a multi-millionaire. All three of these scenarios, same person, same situation, the 10%, the title, the event, the obstacle, but all different stories, all different reactions and response to what's happening. So you must take accountability and own your ending. Take credit for the things you've done right, but be just as eager to take credit for the things that you've done wrong. Confront yourself and stand up to yourself inside yourself. It's not impossible. It's actually, I'm possible. You owe you, and it's your story. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and it's time to take the pen back. Happy birthday.